Grandma, what's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Okay, I've never covered one of these movies before. As a fan, they are so nerve-wracking. Like, I walk outside the screening room and I'm like, where? What?
Yeah.
What's happening? Like,
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all by design.
Well, we always talked about what are the things we can ruin for people. But I think, these movies are all about bringing your anxiety to life. What if your anxiety was...
Honey, my anxiety is living enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
telling you. And what it really brought up for me was my deep love for Tony Todd.
Yeah.
Love, and it reminded me many moons ago, there was another Final Destination truck at Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
And I was dressed like Tinkerbell at the time. And Tony Todd apparently loved Tinkerbell. And he was like, do you want to go in the Final Destination truck with me? And I was like, let me think about it. No. But I did it anyway. And so can you just love on Tony Todd with me for a second?
Oh my God, he was such an amazing guy. He was so joyful and excited to be on set for this movie and
Which is
bring
so funny
Bludworth
because
back.
Bloodworth is so dark and mysterious, and if you've only know him as Bloodworth, it's like the exact opposite of his personality.
1000%.
He was so happy. He was so excited to meet the other cast members, and he was really excited, honestly, to develop his backstory. Because there have been so many theories over the years of what he is. And in this movie, we reveal, why Bludworth knows so much about death, why he's, so concerned about people having premonitions and what that means. And he was really excited to kind of make Bludworth into a full character.
Yeah.
And not just a mysterious mentor figure. And that backstory really tickled him.
And this is the reason that the movie appealed to me so much, having watched all these other films, because I was like, this actually really expands this universe and the lore, and it makes sense. So, like, I'm sitting across from you, and I feel like you get me as a fan, and I'm really excited for people to see it. I called people when this was over, while glancing suspiciously around me. I was like, you have to see the movie, okay?
That's so
I have to go
awesome.
now and focus very, very closely
That
on
was
everything.
very, tricky as a fan of the Final Destination. When we heard they were making another one, we're like, well, 5 kind of ended perfectly. Do we need to make another one here, people?
Yeah.
But then when we heard sort of the beginnings of the ideas of the bloodline concept and how they were going to kind of give it fresh life and bend the formula in ways that made it really fresh and interesting, we were super excited to kind of make a movie for the fans that almost as soon as it begins, you go, wait, this is different than I'm used to. Where is this going next?
But then have it, once you realize what's going on, that it totally fits the canon also.
Favorite moment on set for fans such as yourself?
Wow. Oh, wow.
That's
Favorite moment on set, besides the Tony Todd day. Let's say that. I think blowing up the building that blows up in the third act, that was incredible. And the special effects team, that was all practical. First of all, the visual effects team had a bunch of shots in their budget that they were like, oh, I guess we don't have to do any of that anymore. Because the explosion was so huge. It was the biggest explosion they had done in Vancouver in like 20 years. And the other part of it is that we had set all these cameras, it was hours of preparation and stuff. And then because we had to be so far away for safety, we were watching it on monitors. We didn't even know it was about to happen. So we're just watching. We couldn't hear the countdown. And then all of a sudden, kaboom, it's like this nuclear blast. Amazing.
Yeah. I think for me, one of my favorites, although nerve-wracking, was we had a stunt person, Yvette Ferguson, who broke the world record for oldest person on fire. And she came out of retirement to do a full body burn in a beautiful dress, running through this incredible restaurant that we had made. And she was so excited. Some people come from a different breed. When we finally cast her, she was so thankful. And she's like, everyone else in my family's been on fire except for me. Thank you so much. Now I finally get to do a full body burn. And it was pretty epic.
And I distinctly remember it.
Yeah.